Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all would be feeling well. Today our topic is noun and its types. As far as in our last class we have studied about parts of speech, and we just have decided to know that we'll be having enough detail about noun and its all the types. So just to jump into the family of nouns, nouns have been further subdivided into other categories, and these are common nouns, proper nouns, concrete and material nouns, abstract nouns, number nouns, collective nouns, countable and uncountable nouns, possessive nouns, compound nouns, and gender nouns. So just let's talk about a noun and what a noun is basically. Noun is a naming word. Noun gives name to a person, place, or thing. As in our last class we just have studied that we have to have give a certain labeling and vision to persons, place, or things to get to know that how these have been further divided and have been further categorized by their names. So just have an example, like if you are saying that you have a sister and you just named your sister Jenny. So Jenny is my sister. You are using the, you have just given the name to that particular person and it was Jenny. My friend lives in Australia, so you just give a name to a place, that is Australia. And I love to draw with crayons. Here you have given a name to a thing, that is crayons. So this is how you just give a name to certain places, person, or things. As far as we have talked about, we are going to have a class on the family of nouns, like further subtypes and categories of the nouns that have been given on. So just to jump into that, the very first is here common noun. Common nouns means like you just give name to people, places, and things which are common, which are general, which are not specified, जिनको हम आम ज़ुबान में कहते हैं आम इसम, आम शख्स. जैसे कि आपने यहाँ पर कहा टीचर्स टीच इन स्कूल. Here you just have given a label of a person who is a teacher, and this teacher could be any specific. This could not be specific. This is a normal teacher and who is teaching in a normal school. Here you have not given us the name of a particular school, so it is teacher teaches in a school, and birds live on trees, and chocolates and cakes are so delicious of this bakery. So here you have not categorized and labelized these things with the specific labels. Like you are not saying that the chocolate, that is dairy milk, and the cake, that is the chocolate cake or the molten lava cake, and the bakery, any XYZ bakery. If you are not giving a name to specific things, this would be the common nouns. And the next is the proper nouns. Proper nouns means that if you give name to specific people, places, or things, such as your name, your friend's name, name of your country, or any other monument, these would be considered as the proper nouns. Proper nouns represent the special people, places, or things. And if we are saying that these are the special namings, it means that you have to write, and these would be beginning with a capital letter. So example is here, my aunt Jenny lives in Norway. So here you have just given a specific name to your aunt, and it would be begin with a capital letter. So as this is the country and you have specified and given a name to that country, it is Norway, so it is beginning with a capital letter. And similarly, Miss Jessica is a wonderful teacher. In the previous example you just wrote that teacher teaches in a school, so that teacher was no common and it was not specific. And if you just give a name to that teacher and it is Miss Jessica, so now this would be considered as a proper noun. Similarly, hummingbird is the smallest bird. In the previous example you just wrote that birds live on tree, that birds were common. Now you have just specified that bird to a hummingbird, and it is now a proper noun. So the next is here the proper nouns, like the days of week, months of the year, names of the festival or other special days, names of special buildings and monuments, rivers and oceans. These would be considered as the proper nouns, and you have to write them with a capital letter. Next is here concrete nouns. Concrete nouns means that something, and the nouns which are in your tangible approach, and those things which you can touch with your hand, you can feel, you can sense. These are also known as the material bodies because they have their existence and you can see them. Like Lily gave me a bouquet of flowers, dog is a faithful animal, and building of my school is too beautiful. So the bouquet of flowers, dog, and building, these all things are tangible in your approach and you can touch them. So the next is here abstract noun. It is opposite of concrete noun. Abstract nouns, these are just the mere. You can name your feelings, qualities, ideas, states, and other things. Like the things which are not in your tangible approach, but you can feel them, you can experience their existence. These are abstract nouns, and these have no material bodies. You just have your imaginations to create their concept in your mind. Like treat all the animals with utmost kindness. So this kindness is not visible, it cannot be touched, but can be feel, can be sensed. Always speak the truth. So this truth or honesty, these are the things which are not in your tangible approach and you cannot touch them with your hand, but you can see and feel their existence in your surrounding. So a soldier set an example of bravery in the war. Next are the number nouns. Number nouns means that the nouns which represents and denotes number. It could be either one or many or known as so on are known as number names. Number names nouns are further classified into two kinds, and these are singular nouns, and which means the thing that is one in number, and the plural nouns which are more than one in number. So the next is here collective noun. Collective means that something that is coming in the form of a group, like the group of persons, places, animals, or things. If the individuals are not considered alone, but these are categorized as one group, these would be known as collective nouns. Collective nouns represent a complete whole, like if some individual or some people are studying in one class under one roof, they are named or labeled as a class of students, or you can say that class 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on. Similarly, if the horses are in a group, and you would say them stud of horses, rather saying that there were so many horses, or there were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so many horses, and it is like an army of soldiers and a bouquet of flowers. So the next is here countable nouns. Countable nouns, as the name is saying and suggesting us that the nouns which would be able to be counted, these are known as countable nouns. Countable nouns refer to those things, people, or animals which can be counted in the form of numbers. And examples are here like you or I need an umbrella due to heavy rain. So this an umbrella is giving us an idea or knowledge that this umbrella is one. There are 2 milk bottles in the refrigerator, so these 2 milk bottles are counted. You can open your fridge and you can count that whether there are 2 or 3 or so on. So all those things which can be counted, or all those nouns, people, animals which can be countable to you, are known as countable nouns. On the contrary of it, we have uncountable nouns. These are those nouns which cannot be counted at all, like milk, jam, rain, water, sugar. These cannot be counted at all. For their counting, for their measurement, we would be having some measuring instruments, and these uncountable nouns are also known as mass nouns because these comes in the form of mass, in the huge form or in the abundance, like a glass of milk. And for these things, to measure them, we have certain labelization of the things, like milk could be counted if you say that a bottle of milk or a glass of milk. And the 2 jars of sugar, you cannot count the sugar, that how many it was, whether you can have the measuring instrument to measure it in the form of kgs, or then you would be having the jars or any other cartons to measure them. So the next is possessive noun. As far as the name is suggesting us that these are the possessive. Possessive means that those nouns which shows possession of something, these are known as possessive nouns. And for the orthography and for the written form, you have to have certain technicality to opt. Like singular possessive noun is formed by adding an apostrophe plus s to the noun, and plural possessive nouns does not need an additional s, and it's just end with an apostrophe. Let's have an example. This is Bob's PlayStation. So this PlayStation belongs to Bob, and here Bob is a singular. So right after noun, you just placed an apostrophe and write an s over here. And in plural case, we should not destroy the bird's nest. After writing the plural, there is no need to add an additional s to them, but still you just have to write an apostrophe by the end of an s to make it plural. So the next is compound nouns. Compound nouns, as the name is suggesting, these would be the nouns which are formed by joining the two nouns together. Compound nouns are formed by three different ways, and these are closed form, hyphenated form, and open form. Closed form means that you just join the two independent and different nouns together to form one complete word, like note and book. These were the two words, and you join them together without any space. This is known as the closed form, like notebook, firefly, and keyboard. Hyphenated form means that where you just place an hyphen between the two words, like X-ray, mother-in-law, co-worker. Next is the open form. In open form, you do not put an hyphenated or hyphen, or you do not just remove your space. You keep on writing the two words independent: post, office, window, water, history, book. But these would not be considered as single noun, but these are compound nouns. Next, last but not least, is gender nouns. Gender, as the name is suggesting, that the nouns which define the gender of an individual or a species. So, as the genders have further been classified into two major categories, and these are masculine nouns. Masculine means that's the nouns which represent the category as male, such as boy, could be man, male, animal, and many other more. Feminine noun means that those nouns which represent females, such as girl, woman, noun, and female. Queen, hen, lioness, princess, and so on. Thank you so much. If you have any question regarding today's topic, you are free to ask. And do like, comment, share, and subscribe for new videos. Thank you.